Evening, everybody. Icy here. Could talk about a couple of small things, but let's start off with the Ukrainian president, Zelensky. He's coming back to the United States to ask for more money. Now, he made a statement the last time he visited, which rings true, but should be applied towards the United States. And that statement, paraphrase, is that millions of people's lives will be saved by what you do. So, that being the case, why are we giving the money to Ukraine? Millions of people can be saved if we secured the southern border, if we prevented illegals from crossing into our country, if we prevented these people from even making the trip thousands of miles from South America to the U.S. border, where they suffer all the various hardships, including death, rape, robbery, starvation, thirst. All these things could be prevented if our southern border was totally secure, and then the United States said, "You're not coming, period." Right now, they're coming because Mayorkas and Biden and Kamala Harris are telling these people, "Oh, don't come, but when you come, we're going to give you free stuff." So that's why they're coming. When you offer up a free dinner, all kinds of moochers are going to show up, and that's what's happening. So, enough for that. Zelensky made a perfectly legit statement. Millions of people can be saved if the United States doesn't waste its funds on giving it to Ukraine and takes those funds and gives it to the American citizens that live on the southern border to have to deal with the massive influx of over 6 million illegals in the last 2 years. I'm sorry, but I'm kind of headstrong when it comes to I want to put my own family first before I give to the neighbors, you know? All right, well, enough for that. And now let's go on to another subject that's near and dear to my heart, crime. Having been in law enforcement for several years, I look at it as very important that people pay attention to what's going on and where problem areas are, how to avoid them, how to fix it, things like that. And I went on to a website and I was looking at the number of high crime rate cities in the United States. Out of the first 18 that were listed, Chicago is number one. It's the highest crime rate in the nation, Chicago. And I was really surprised that when I saw that Indianapolis, Indiana was number 2. And St. Louis, Missouri is actually number 15. So that'll tell you. Now, out of the top 10 most dangerous cities in the United States, sorry people, but they are all, and I repeat, all, run by Democrats. They are not run by Republicans whatsoever. If you look at the statistics, and I'm not going to tell you where to go, you look at your own statistics. There's multiple websites. But you will find that the vast majority of Republican-run cities are safer than the vast majority of Democrat-run cities, which also leads to why so many people are fleeing Democrat-run states to go to Republican-run states. It's simple mathematics, people. If you're going to make more money and you're going to feel safer in a red state over a blue state, you're going to pack up and move. California is a good example. They know that they are so corrupt that they are currently going to be offering illegals $300 a week in support funds coming out of the California taxpayers' pocket. And California, because they know that they don't know how to run the state properly and they're driving it into the ground, is now imposing an exit tax upon the citizens fleeing the state, especially for the businesses fleeing the state. If I remember correctly, the state of California wants to charge 1.5% per every $100,000 or something like that for businesses that are leaving. And they also want to impose a $20 an hour minimum wage for working at McDonald's. Go figure. All right, and what else do we got? Ta-da-ta-da. Oh, and my favorite moron, Ocasio-Cortez, Congressman AOC. He is now being honored with a second ethics violation. She's in for the whole thing. She wants the whole kit and caboodle. She got the first ethics violation when she went to that friggin' gala with the custom-made dress that said "Tax the Rich," $30,000, out of someone else's pocket going into hers, and now she is screwing the American people by claiming her fiancé as her spouse. I'm sorry, you're not married yet. He's not your spouse. You're not entitled to falsely list him as your spouse so that he can fly for free on government-funded trips. I'm sorry. It's got to come out of your own pocket. And that is an ethics violation in itself. What else have you been doing, AOC, that is against the law or against policy or against ethics? I would love to find the whole list. But as it stands right now, we got you on 2. The dress with the gala, and now claiming your fiancé as your spouse, yet you're not married, and you're accepting funds for him to fly free on the government dime, stay in hotels on the government dime, and it's illegal. I strongly suggest you just get out of politics because your socialist values do not coincide with reality in this country. You will be held accountable for what you do eventually. Just like Hunter Biden is eventually going to be held accountable for what he did. But needless to say, that is my little spiel for the night. So remember, people, wasting your money on Ukraine while you should be supporting your fellow citizens on the border states that are stuck with the actions of Biden, Harris, and Mayorkas, that is a priority, not another country. Ukraine's already got billions of dollars. They don't need no more. If they want more, let them get it from the Europeans, because if the shit hits the fan, it's going to happen there, not here. So let's get that straight. And also, the top 10 highest crime rated cities in the United States, according to multiple websites, are all run by Democrats. Maybe it's time you people started changing your tune. It can't hurt. It sure as hell will help. Icy out.